Have you ever noticed that the wisest people often speak the least, that those with the deepest insight are often the quietest in the room? Have you wondered why the truly enlightened seem to grow more silent, not more outspoken, as they awaken? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into one of the most misunderstood yet powerful practices on the spiritual path, the practice of silence. This isn't about being shy. It's not social withdrawal, something far deeper. Because silence, true silence, is not the absence of words, it's the presence of awareness. In Buddhism, this practice is known as noble silence, and it's not just a monastic ritual, it's a doorway into the heart of wisdom, compassion, and inner power. So, let me begin by asking, what if the answers you're seeking aren't in more information, more noise, or more talking? What if they're waiting for you in silence? Let's explore why the awakened ones stop speaking so much and what they discover in that stillness. The Buddha himself practiced silence extensively. In fact, during certain times of the lunar calendar, entire monastic communities would enter complete silence, speaking only when absolutely necessary. Because every word we speak uses energy. And where your energy flows, your mind follows. Speech can uplift, but it can also scatter. It can clarify, but it can also confuse. So the truly wise use their words like a master artist uses paint, sparingly, purposefully, and always with awareness. The Buddha once said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." Let's take a step back. In modern life, silence is almost non-existent. From the moment we wake up, we're bombarded. Messages, notifications, TV, conversations, traffic, podcasts. Even when we're alone, the inner dialogue never stops. So why is this a problem? Because the mind thrives on stillness. And when we never stop talking, outwardly or inwardly, we never hear the deeper truths within us. It's like trying to see your reflection in a stormy lake. The surface is too disturbed. But in silence, the water calms. And when the water calms, you see clearly. This is what the enlightened ones discover. That wisdom doesn't need to be shouted. It reveals itself in stillness. Let's look at the science for a moment. Neuroscience shows that silence actually stimulates brain growth in areas related to memory and emotion regulation. Studies have shown that just 2 minutes of silence can be more relaxing than soothing music. In other words, silence literally heals your nervous system. No wonder the sages fall in love with it. But silence isn't easy at first. In fact, it can feel unbearable. Because the moment the noise outside stops, the noise inside gets louder. Old memories, guilt, regret, worry. Most people avoid silence because it confronts them with themselves. But here's the secret. When you face yourself with compassion in silence, you begin to heal. You stop escaping. You start returning. Let me share a story. There was a man named Ren who had been in business for 30 years. He was always talking. Meetings, deals, social dinners. He considered himself successful but also exhausted. One day, his wife suggested he attend a 3-day silent retreat. He resisted. "That's a waste of time," he said. But eventually, he went. The first day, he hated it. By the second day, something shifted. By the third day, he cried. When he returned home, he said, "For the first time, I heard my own soul." That's the power of silence. The enlightened grow silent for many reasons. Let's explore them. 1. They no longer need to prove anything. Most speech is driven by ego. To impress, to defend, to dominate, to win. But when you've touched your true nature, there's nothing left to prove. So you stop trying. Your being becomes your message. Your presence says more than words ever could. So they've realized words can't capture truth. Language is limited. How do you describe love, enlightenment, infinity? The Tao Te Ching begins, "The Tao that can be spoken is not the eternal Tao." Words are like fingers pointing at the moon, not the moon itself. So the awakened ones point gently and let silence carry the rest. 3. They protect their inner energy. Speaking drains energy. The enlightened conserve that energy not out of fear, but because they know how sacred it is. They don't gossip, they don't argue, they don't waste breath. They speak when it serves the moment, not their ego. 4. They listen more than they speak. In silence, they hear the suffering beneath the words. They feel what others are too afraid to say. Their silence becomes a space where others can truly be seen. But let's make this practical. How can you begin to embrace noble silence? You don't need to become a monk. Start with a few minutes a day. Turn off your phone. Sit with your breath. Watch your thoughts without judgment. Say nothing. Just be. Try 1 hour of silence on Sundays, or 5 minutes before every meal. Create a space in your home where no talking is allowed, just peace. And most importantly, practice inner silence. That means no mental rehearsals of arguments, no repeating old stories, no labeling every experience. Just witnessing. Just presence. Just awareness. Let me tell you about a woman named Leon. He was a teacher, always talking. One day, her voice gave out. Doctors said she needed vocal rest. So she stopped speaking for 2 weeks. First, she panicked. But then, she began to observe more. He saw how often people speak without meaning. She noticed how children respond more to eye contact than to words. He began to feel a new kind of power, the power of presence. Once he returned to speaking, he spoke slower, softer, with more care. Her students listened more, because her silence had taught her how to speak. Silence is not weakness. It is mastery. It is the space where compassion grows, insight dawns, karma is purified. The Buddha sat in silence under the Bodhi tree. And from that silence came a teaching that has echoed for 2,500 years. Imagine what your silence could birth. Dear friend, the world is loud, but your soul is not. Return to the silence within you. You'll find clarity, healing, wisdom, peace, and eventually speak again, but from a place of love, not fear, from stillness. at noise. From truth at echo. Thank you for watching this video. Have you ever experienced the power of silence? Share your reflections in the comments. What does silence mean to you? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Let's build a quieter, deeper world together. Until next time, speak less, feel more, and listen to the silence between the words.
Before you leave, here's something special. In Buddhism, we believe that every encounter carries a deeper meaning. Would you like to discover your true soul connection, the one written into your destiny? Take the Soulmate Test today and unveil the hidden truths of your journey. Click the link below and begin your path now.
http://soulmate. You wisdom more, come, white.